Today on episode 209 of Typical Chicago Fans, we have Sinkers and Floaters, the TCF Sports Minute, our NFL Week 11 pick show, and the TCF Top 3 of Thanksgiving sides. Let's roll. Hello and welcome back to Typical Chicago Fans, brought to you by our incredible sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee. Make sure to find us on Twitter or X or whatever you call it at typical_Chicago. Head to Facebook and Instagram, type in Typical Chicago Fans, give those pages a like. We're also on TikTok, so go ahead and find us there as well. Give us a follow there. Go on over to YouTube, subscribe there for all of our content in video form. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get podcasts. We are on all of them. You can find me on Twitter at BoomyTCF. And, of course, the man that I'm joined with today, that is Zach at ZLiliaTCF. Zach, I think we're on the precipice. We always have to start with the weather. We're on the precipice of winter. It's getting a little chilly.
Yeah, I think it was Thursday. It got really cold. And golf is officially over with because I've seen people in the afternoon be able to golf.
Golf's been
like,
over since September.
No, but I mean, like, if you could golf like noon on like Tuesday or Wednesday, it would have been pretty nice. But now it's just gotten to the point where it's very cold, freezing overnight.
Yeah.
Fall is officially here, almost winter time.
It is feeling like winter time more and more. But, hey, you know what? It's one of those where we haven't got – I'm okay with the winter if we get a little bit of snow. You know, it's got to be – I can handle the cold, but I've got to have the visual aspect of the snow. So we'll see we'll see what happens. Just stay warm, stay bundled up while we move on to sinkers and floaters. Zach, I'll be honest, man. My sinker this week is literally what we just talked about. I don't hate the winter. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I do hate the winter, but
I hate it. I hate it so much. People who
but
like
the problem
snow,
listen, we could sit here and debate, global warming or whatever, any of this nonsense that we want, but like, it feels like winter comes later and later every year, and it's like it's starting to get cold now, which stinks. But I feel a little bit better about winter as the snow starts to come, and I just don't. I don't want to deal with the cold if I'm not going to get the fun of the snow.
Well, see, I have a different view of it because I usually have to work outside in it.
Right.
So anything around 32 or like right around 32 to like, let's say 25, I can deal with that. But when it gets like in the freezing, that's just miserable. I'll take snow. Give me 32 degrees in snow. That's fine. I'll take that. But especially when it gets icy and everything is just covered in ice and the roads are covered in ice, that's what sucks.
Yeah, and I remember, I want to say it was like 2018 or 19 when it got down to like negative 25. Absolutely not. I will give up.
You start hearing your house like crack.
Yeah.
It's just not what you want.
And you like working, outside, obviously, but like I live out in the country, I have no windbreak, and so winters.
I'm so used to that too. Because growing up, that's what I had, and now living in town, it's like you never know when it's actually windy or whatever.
Yep. So my sinker really is the fact that we don't have snow to go along with these cold temperatures. If it's going to be cold, it's got to snow. Sorry, I don't make the rules.
But then I don't mind the snow, but then you got to shovel it and.
Nah, I just power through it.
Yeah, now that you got 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, exactly.
My sinker is, I've seen this a lot of videos for a long time. The fake snake trick, that's got to go. If anyone ever did that to me, I'm not your friend anymore. We're not going to talk. If you like tie one to like a golf club or like I don't know how people get like stuck to somebody's foot. No, thank you. I hate snakes in general. And if you ever do that to me, we're done.
Yep. We'll just make it be known on this podcast. You do that to either one of us, we're punching you in the nose.
Yeah. Because I hate that. I hate those videos. People think they're so funny. Those suck.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that either. I like that pick a lot for your sinker this week. There was that one that went viral this week, and I did not like watching it.
No, I hate those. You see them all the time. Oh, somebody got caught with the fake snake trick. That's just awful.
Yeah. Yep. I'm hard pass on that.
Snakes are the worst.
let's get to some good news in my floater, and that is 8-man football. I got to give a big shout out to the Amboy Lamoille, Ohio co-op. They won the 8-man state title Friday night. As many of you know, I coach basketball at Lamoille. 5 of my guys on my basketball team play football up there. Last year, they got to the state championship and lost in a tight game. And their goal, I mean, I've heard it, ever since the next day was to get back down there and to finish what they had started. And credit to them, they have been working, it feels like almost every day since June 1st and even before that to get ready for this. And they have completed their undefeated season. They won the state title game 74-22. It was
scored 100.
Yeah, it was 30-0 at the end of the first quarter, I think.
No, I mean, I think it was more than that.
Yeah, it was wild. It was awesome. I got to go down and watch the game, watch my guys compete. And, I mean, they just knew from the second they walked off the bus that game was over. And so shout out. 8-man football is fun, dude. It is so fast. It's so, heavy offense. I'm becoming, obviously, being around, the 8-man style the last couple of years. You don't know what you're expecting going into it. But I have become a big fan of 8-man football. I think it's going to be something that continues to grow as football participation numbers continue to go down with, injuries and all that stuff. But, yeah, shout out to the Amboy Lamoille, Ohio state champion 8-man football crew.
And I'll say something that you can't say, you won't say, but the IHSA should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah.
This team should have been allowed to play in Class 1. I mean, it's unbelievable that they made it, and then they don't even classify this as IHSA. I mean, that team was unbelievable. It was awesome to watch. Me and my dad watched it on YouTube. Sorry, Boomy.
No, you're good. It's not even the fact that, like, it should be class. Like, they should be their own class, and the IHSA should recognize it.
Because, I mean, the way I was watching that team, I don't watch a lot of high school football, but they could have easily probably had a very good season as a Class 1A.
Yep. And I think
I don't know what it's. There's more people at that game than there's going to be at most of the state football games, and the IHSA is like, oh no, we don't even want to recognize that. It's just annoying.
It's crazy, Zach. There's actually down to, I want to say, 6-man football in the state of Texas. Obviously, a little bit different culture down there, but I think that schools moving into less and less 11-man numbers that are out for football. Something like this 8-man football is going to continue to grow, and I think that especially like governing bodies like the IHSA, I'm sure there's this problem in other states too. I don't think this is just an IHSA thing, but like this is something that we have to adapt and grow with the times and the changing of the high school landscape.
You play the teams that you're allowed to play.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So,
but it is cool to go down to state and win like that.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. I'm very, very glad and thankful I got to go see that game in person.
It's always cool too. Like smaller towns, I always feel like appreciate that kind of stuff more.
Yeah, I think there's like I want to say like maybe 800 people in Lamoille. There couldn't have been 100 people left in town.
Yeah, or even Amboy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Any of those towns. There couldn't have been more than 10% of the population still left in town for something
fun.
like that.
That's fun for everybody.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
coaches look like they're having fun, and like you got to go have fun with it and everything. So that's cool. My floater is throwing a strike in bowling. You can be whatever you want at bowling. If you throw a strike, it's just like the greatest feeling. I bowl every Wednesday. Not the greatest bowler of all time, but when you get that strike, you just feel like I am the best bowler of all time.
Yeah.
In that moment.
Yeah, I do. I can't even relate to this because I suck at bowling. Like you
occasionally throw a strike.
Here's my approach in bowling. Throw it as hard as you can at the front pit.
And see, that'll get you a strike every once in a while, and then you get that feeling that's like, oh man, that was amazing.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where like kind of related to hitting a golf ball straight down the fairway.
Oh, yeah. For that split second, you got everything figured out.
Also, in the sense that like when you do it consistently, you take it for granted. You know what I mean? Like
True.
the guys that consistently bowl like 250 are the same guys that have like a 3 handicap. Do you get what I'm saying here?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you do it, like if you're a bad golfer and a bad bowler like we are, you appreciate those moments a little bit more, and they feel a little bit better.
Hey, give ourselves some credit. We're better golfers than we are bowlers.
Oh, for sure. And I think maybe your gap is a little bit closer, but my gap is, I mean, if I go over 100, that's a good bowling round for me. So,
but for just that split second, you're the best of all time.
That is true. That is true. I like that. Maybe we need to get out bowling here. I haven't bowled in.
I'm all right. I bowl enough.
Probably since pre-pandemic, man. It has been a hot minute since I have been to a bowling.
It's fun for like the first game.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need more than 2 games.
No, I bowl 3 every Wednesday. So
no thanks. 1 too many. Let's go ahead, Zach. Let's move into the TCF Sports Minute. We got to start off with the Bears coming off the bye week, sitting at 3-7, coming off a win. And they head to Detroit. The 7-2 Detroit Lions. It appears that Justin Fields will be back in at quarterback. Only a 7.5-point dog. But where are you at with this team? Do you want them to just be competitive in those games?
Going forward, going to be a pretty good team. Their defense is pretty good. Offense is getting healthy. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to.
Definitely not going to make the playoffs.
No. But what I mean is they're not going to lose enough games for the draft pick to be amazing, is my thing. I think they're not playing the greatest schedule to end the season. They're getting healthy. Justin Fields, he's got to play these last 7 games like they're the biggest games of his career, because they are. So I think that they're going to at least be in all these games.
And I apologize. They're not coming off the bye week. They're coming off the mini bye week, Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah, Thursday to. They don't have a bye week for like.
They got the Vikings next week, and then they're on their bye week,
which is crazy long into the season.
Yeah, but I'll be honest. I'm not trying to come off as a hater here. The Bears, they have to have done something in the last 10 days to figure something out with Justin Fields. And like you said, their saving grace is that the rest of their schedule is bad.
Yeah.
So but I also feel like that's kind of the catch-22 of you want to be bad at this point. And you may run into a point where, say you trip up the Browns, who are not going to have Deshaun Watson, and then you beat the bad Cardinals, and then then you're looking at a draft pick somewhere in the late, not the late 10s, 7 to 10. I think that's almost counterproductive as to where you want to go with.
But you always can lean on. You have the Panthers pick, which is still number 1 at this point. So I think either way, you can kind of make something work there. But I mean, the problem is you got a quarterback who's fighting for his job, a coach who's fighting for his job, and a defense who's looking pretty good. So I think it's a recipe for some wins that you don't want. And also, the Lions have a game just right around the corner on Thursday, which is kind of a turnaround that maybe they will look past the Bears. I'm not saying they're going to really win the game, but I think the 7.5, I think it's going to be close.
I do worry in the sense of like, when you talk about the defense, don't get me wrong, the defense has played well, but this weekend will be a big proving point of, are you playing well because you're playing well, or are you playing well because you're playing against bad teams?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, you look at the Panthers, they only give up 13 points, but like you just said, they're the number 1 seed, right, or number 1 draft pick right now for a reason. They only give up 24 to the Saints, who, let's be honest, very middle of the road team. Chargers, they give up 30 before that. 12 to the Raiders. The Raiders are awful. They get the coach fired the next week. But it's just like, you know what I mean? You have to come out and prove like that you're not just a good defense playing against a really bad offense. You have to prove that you're a good defense that can play against anybody. And I think that if they can do that this weekend against the Lions, that's really proving something. The Lions are really damn good.
Yeah.
So,
and it would show because their offense is very good.
Yes.
And then the David Montgomery revenge game, maybe, but I'm excited for this game. I think it's gonna be fun to watch. I think it's gonna be a close game, but you never know with this Bears team.
There's always a question mark going in, but maybe we'll get back to them here in a little bit during the Week 11 pick show. Let's move on to my most frustrating team in the city of Chicago, and that is the Bulls, 4-9. I mean, dude, I don't even know exactly. Like, everybody's got to go except for Karnisovas. I'm still in the camp that you do not get rid of him.
Well, yeah, what's the point? It's the players on the court that have got to go. It's DeRozan's got to be traded. Levine's got to be traded. Unfortunately, I think Caruso, who's been our best defensive player, he's playing well. He's going to be traded. And then the younger guys, I don't really know. There's nothing you can do with Patrick Williams. No one's going to want to trade for him. And then there's Kobe White.
The nice thing is I think there might be a market, not a big one, not what you would expect out of the fourth round or the fourth pick in the NBA draft.
Oh, yeah, you're just getting rid of him at that point.
Yeah, I'm saying, though, that, like, people are going to look at him and say he's 22 years old with his athleticism. Somebody may want to reach and go get him. He'd be a good piece to add coming off the bench for, like, a team, that has playoff aspirations.
He's got to go down low. He's got to play inside the three-point line. He cannot be shooting so many threes.
Yes. I almost feel like we're going to look back on this, and Wednesday, November 8th, is going to be the crux of this season, because the night that they lost to the Suns after leading and losing the way that they did, everything and I know it's only been 2 weeks now, but it feels like that was, since then they barely beat the Pistons. Then they get beat by the Bucks. Then they lose to the Magic 2 in a row. It's just.
And then the story about Zach LaVine, he's mad because last season he got benched. That's so soft. And if that's his attitude, I don't want him on my team.
Yeah, I agree.
Really, it's not like he didn't deserve it. He deserved to be benched.
Yeah.
And for him to make that a whole thing from the offseason to now, it's like, are you serious?
He is so soft.
So one of those moments where you kind of go, do you care about winning the game or do you care about you?
Yep, exactly. On the positive side, you talk about trading pieces off. Zach LaVine kind of rebounded. He's back to 22.6 points per game.
Who cares? If you watch the game.
No. I'm saying for trade bait.
Yeah, trade. But if you watch the game, you can tell he doesn't even want to be there.
Yeah.
There's some passes he makes. He doesn't even try at the end of the games.
Yeah.
What was it? Last night they were down 20, come back. They tied the game up against the Magic, who aren't that good, but are going in the right direction.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be a good team going forward. Vucevic misses a wide open three to put them up 1 because they're down 2. Misses it, and that just goes. That's just the Vucevic trade just crumbling in front of our eyes. We traded him. We traded for him. We gave up Wendell Carter, right?
Yeah.
And draft picks. And then that's what the guy's going to do for you at the end of the games.
Yeah. You know how I feel about Patrick Williams, and I just want to rattle off this stat real quick here. Patrick Williams is averaging less points per game than Javon Carter, Andre Drummond, Alex Caruso, who all play less minutes. He is barely averaging more points than Torrey
Craig. His minutes are going to go down, too, because he doesn't start anymore.
Yeah, he is. He's barely averaging more than Torrey Craig, barely more than Ayo Dosunmu. Dude, Jesus Christ! Like, what
was he? Doing? Was he top 10 pick?
He was the 4th overall pick.
Like
I'm fairly certain of it.
The only thing that could help you in a trade is that way he's like 23.
Yeah, he's 22 years old.
Yeah. So that helps. But with the Bulls, he's done.
Yeah, I'm just very, very much over it. Yeah, he was the 4th overall pick in the 2020 draft. It's funny that you say that because I actually looked at my Facebook memories, and it was 3 years ago today. We are recording this on Saturday, November 18th. 3 years ago today, they drafted Patrick Williams 4th overall, and now look at us.
How does the NBA draft work?
Remember, because it was the COVID year.
Oh, I was just saying, wait a minute.
I knew that was going to throw you for a loop. But before we move out of the Sports Minute, at least a little bit of positivity here. The Blackhawks, I'm really, really I am drinking.
They're fun to
Kool-Aid.
watch.
I am bathing in the
watch.
Kool-Aid. Connor Bedard will end up being the best player in the NHL.
Taylor Hall's playing well. They're fun to watch. And yeah, Connor Bedard is awesome. I don't know. The only person I've seen that has any negativity is Jeremy Roenick, which is just crazy. But
yeah, that one struck me as a little odd.
He's still on it too. And like, and there's guys like Wayne Gretzky that are like, he might be better than what we thought.
Yes,
which is unbelievable. I mean, this kid's out there. I think he's still 18, right?
He literally turned 18 3 months ago.
And he's out there just playing with the puck. I mean, he's doing things that veterans wish they could do.
He leads this team in goals by a significant amount.
That goal where he's not even looking at the goal, pretending to pass it, and then just shoots it top shelf. I don't know if I've ever really seen that.
He is leading this team in goals with 9. The next closest is 4. And he is tied for 3rd on the team in assists. He has 13 points by himself.
He's involved in everything, and that's awesome to see.
And I think that, we got to give a little credit here. I get most of my knowledge from Matt and Barstool Chief. They are in these games. They're not getting like the San Jose treatment where they're getting beat, 11-0. They're at least out here, their last couple games. Let me look here real quick. They've been like 1-2 goal games. They lose to the Lightning 4-2. They lose to the Panthers 4-3. They lose to the Devils 4-2. The Coyotes game, we talked about that. The Coyotes game was ugly. You're going to have those. Right now, as we're recording, they're down 2-0. But it's like, for a team that had the first overall pick, 6 months ago, they're at least progressing in the right direction.
Yeah. But
so I don't have much to complain about with the Blackhawks.
Yeah. But like you said, it's going to be fun to watch. I'd rather watch them than if there's a Bulls or a Blackhawks game on, I'm turning the Blackhawks game on.
See, and I turn the Bulls game on because I'm such a basketball freak. And then literally at the end of every game, I'm like, why did I just waste 2 hours?
I spent too much time watching this team where I'll turn it on with a minute left in the 4th. That's all you need with this team.
I
understand. I like watching basketball too, but I'll go watch a random college basketball game before I'd watch the Bulls.
So the Bulls have played what? They're 4-9, I think is what I said.
And that is awful.
Yeah, 4-9. So they played 13 games. I've probably watched the entirety of 10 games, and I hate myself for it.
I don't know if I've watched a single game from the beginning to the end.
I envy you at this point.
Well, I just know that, maybe bowling or something they're going to have it on, but other than that, like I just know what's going to happen.
Here's also
awful to watch too.
This is crazy in my mind, and I know this is going to be out before this game happens. As we're sitting here right now, the Bulls are only a 1.5 point dog. The Bulls are coming off of are on the second night of a back-to-back.
There's got to be no Jimmy Butler or something.
What?
There's got to be no Jimmy Butler, no everybody.
And the Heat are going for their 8th straight win. The Heat are, I think it might be against the Bulls, but I think I'm hammering the Heat tonight.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Tyler Hero's out, but
I don't care.
Yeah, I'm so sick of this team. I'm just going to start betting against them.
They were 1.5 point favorites last night to the Magic at home.
Yep. I'm just
and really, truthfully, that Magic team is way better than the Bulls.
Yeah, I'd rather be a Magic fan right now than a Bulls fan.
They got young guys who are good. They're building around like the team, not just trying to go out and get one big player.
Mm-hmm. They got some key pieces.
It wouldn't be the Bulls. It would never be the Bulls.
You're not wrong. But you know who else I would buy stock in other than the Orlando Magic? Connect Roasters Coffee. All right. Make sure you check out our friends over at Connect Roasters Coffee. They have the best coffee around that you can get your hands on. They work with Dom Frederick. They work with Gold Glove outfielder Ian Happ. Okay. Guy's not going to drink bad coffee to win Gold Gloves. All right. He's not popping open a Folgers in the morning. Okay. He's drinking delicious, incredible coffee from our friends over at Connect Roasters. You can find them online at connectroasters.com. Find them on Twitter at Connect Roasters. If you find yourself in the Bourbonnais area, they have opened up their first coffee shop. Me and Zach will be getting out there hopefully soon. So make sure you go check out our friends over at Connect Roasters Coffee. So whatever you do this holiday season, make sure you head over to our friends at Connect Roasters Coffee. Zach, let's jump into it. We have our NFL Week 11 pick show. Solid week for you and Maddie last week, both going 5-1. I had a 3-3 week, and I came in last for the week. So a good week for the boys all around.
You should be making people pay for these picks.
Yes, we should. You are sitting at 38-22. Pigoy is in second at 33, 26-1. I am in third at 27, 31-2, and Maddie at 21, 38-1. So let's jump into things here. Who do you got in your noon game, Zach?
I have the Raiders plus 13.5 in Miami. Not saying that they're going to win by any means, but 13.5, that's just a big line for a Raiders team who has been playing a lot better without the coach. And it's just fun.
Yeah, they have most certainly been playing better here lately.
Yes. And then I also have the Bears plus 7.5. Also, don't know if they're going to win, but I do think that they will keep the game close. And it'll, like I said, I just think that the Lions are going to look ahead a little bit. The Bears having Justin Fields back in the game is going to be. It's always that first week back for a quarterback. It's always nice because less tape out there or whatever. Who knows? But I'm thinking that.
Yep. I'm
a little nervous about both picks. I'm not going to lie.
I was going to say, I was very tempted to take the Lions minus 7.5 here. I didn't end up taking it, but like I said earlier in the show, my only worry is that this Bears defense has to prove that they're good as just a defense, right? Not just a defense against some bad offense, because this is going to be the best offense that they have seen in a while.
And when I said that, it's a prove it game. So let's just hope that they're going to be very excited for a team who has won 3 games this year. It's going to be a pretty pumped up team.
Yep, I agree. On the other hand, I don't know why this line stinks to me, and I probably shouldn't take it. Give me the Steelers plus 2.5. They're going to Cleveland, who I think is an okay football team with Deshaun Watson. I'm not crazy about, was it Dorian, what's his name? Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I truly don't understand this line. I mean, the
DRT.
Steelers, the Steelers just seem to be, they're 6-3 and they haven't blown me away at all this year, but they're in every game and they're winning a ton of games. I don't know. This is, I think, DRT's first start of the year, because I think they've been going to the Walker, to PJ Walker, but I don't know, man. This is just something this line stinks to me, and got cut for Bajan. So how good could it go? So Steelers plus 2.5. The other one, only one of 2 home dogs, and that is my Packers. I am not even super high on my Packers right now, but the Chargers are not a good football team. And also, the quote this week from Justin Herbert on the snow, he said, "I guess it's more fun to play in Madden." So it's already in his head that he may have to play in some bad weather. I think that the Los Angeles Chargers are soft California football players. You got to come up to. I don't think it's going to snow now, but I think it was maybe forecasted. The Packers are not a great football team, but this is definitely a game where I can see.
The Chargers are so weird too.
Yeah, they're very wishy-washy. So give me the Packers plus 3 at home. Who do you got in the afternoon?
I got
terrible
Rams,
afternoon slate, by the way.
Awful. 3 games. Rams minus. Well, you say 1.5 now?
No, it actually went up to -2, but I'll give it to you at -1 where you got it.
At home against Seattle. I just don't really understand this. I know Stafford's back, but you would think Seattle would be, I don't know, be a good game. Hopefully the Rams. I think the Rams are better than people give them credit for, especially with Matthew Stafford back. And then the Bills minus 7.5 at home against the Jets.
I am with you and against you on one of these. Give me the Seahawks +2. This line, I feel like I'm being baited again here. I'm going back to the old Boomy when I had my 1-5 week or whatever it was. But like, even Matthew Stafford is still coming off an injury. This Rams team is not very good. And I'm not saying the Seahawks are, but also we have to remember the Seahawks got embarrassed by the Rams at home to start the season. There's got to be a little something there. I don't
Aaron
know.
Donald, though.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but
I don't know.
The Seahawks are 6-3. The Rams are 3-6. This should not be the line. It stinks, but I still think the Seahawks are going to win the game. But I am also on the Bills at -7 here. The Jets are awful. The Jets. Zach Wilson is one of the worst. Zach, we should be able to go to bed at night knowing that both of our quarterbacks and even your backup is probably a better quarterback than Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. That defense. You just think about if you had an okay offense.
Dude, Joe Flacco could run this team.
They should have.
Let's go ahead. Who do you got on Sunday night?
Vikings +2.5 in Denver.
+3 now. It just moved.
3. I don't trust this Broncos team. I know they look pretty good. Whatever.
I think it's that number because it's in Denver. It's Sunday night, but I just don't trust them. They looked really good against the Bills the other night, but that was also a very ugly game, and I think the Bills are a lot worse than people give them credit for sometimes. I'm going to continue to bet on Josh Dobbs until it blows up in my face, and this may be the week for it. So, however, the best game of the weekend isn't even on the weekend. It's on Monday night. Chiefs, Eagles. Who do you got?
Eagles +2.5. I love this Eagles team. I think they're really, really good. And the Chiefs has shown you that they have some kryptonite this year.
The night Andy Reid off of a bye week. And that is exactly what is happening now. That is why I am taking the Chiefs -2.5. And it's at home. I think that the Eagles I think these are the two best teams in the NFL, and I don't even think it's that much of a debate. But the Eagles have played close games with some bad teams. They lost to the Jets. They barely beat the Commanders. I just think that there's room to be had, and that the Chiefs are finally kind of getting their groove. They're coming off the bye week. It's at home. I like the Chiefs here to win by at least a field goal. We'll get all of the picks posted Sunday morning on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. So make sure you check us out there at @typical_Chicago. Let's wrap things up here, Big Z. We have the TCF top 3, and as we know, next week is one of my favorite dining days of the year, Thanksgiving. So we're going to draft the top 3 Thanksgiving sides. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
You go first.
All right, mac and cheese, easy, 1-1.
I like mac and cheese. I don't know if it's my 1-1, but it's a good pick.
I will give you this. If done incorrectly, it is inedible.
Oh, yeah. If the noodles are gross, too much cheese.
A lot of variables. Or watery. You ever had watery macaroni and cheese? Oh, wouldn't feed that to my enemies.
I'm going to go with one that's pretty hard to mess up, and that's mashed potatoes.
Are you a skins on mashed potatoes, skins off mashed potatoes guy?
Either way.
Yeah. I prefer the skins on.
I can't take mashed potatoes and gravy because that's two different things, right?
I'll give it to you. I mean, it's...
Yeah, I'll take mash and gravy. And then I'm going to go with the stuffing. I'm a big stuffing guy. Also, I don't know if I would have drafted easily messed up, but...
I don't know if I would have picked it. I think my second round pick may be my favorite of all of them, and that's a sweet potato casserole. Or give me the marshmallows on top, the sweet potatoes. Oh, that is an easy 1-1. If I would have been
dessert.
No. It's kind of like the in between. It's the in between the meal and the dessert. It's like your pass. So I will go there with mine. In my last pick, I'm kind of in and out on a lot of these. Some of them I really, really like. Some of them I am not a fan of at all. I think I'll do it. I'll go green bean casserole. It's the only time of the year I'll eat green bean casserole.
No, thank you. I'm going to go with cheesy potatoes.
Oh, but I do worry about your draft board being too potato heavy.
Yeah, it's fine by me. I love me a potato.
Damn it. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
And if you go, they're not the same thing at all.
That's a good pick.
Mashed potatoes and cheesy potatoes, two different things.
Yes, I agree.
But also, I'm the type of guy that just takes the gravy and just goes all over the plate.
Oh, no. No, gravy goes on two things, turkey and mashed potatoes.
But see, if I got potatoes on there and then a little bit with the stuffing, that's not bad.
You know what I've been big on
I'm hungry now.
The last 10 years? Go with the corn. Oh, that's another one I kind of forgot, like a cream corn or like the –
See, people complicate things. Why can't we just have green beans? Why can't we just have corn? Why do we got to make these crazy concoctions?
Fancy it up.
Yeah.
I think the best part of green bean casserole, though, is the croutons on top.
Yeah.
A little crunch, a little flavor. Where do you sit on cranberry sauce?
No, thank you.
Yeah, pass. Don't need it.
It looks
especially
gross.
if it comes out of a can and you can see the ribs on this. Nope, no thanks.
You give me your fanciest cranberry sauce, I'm not eating it.
Yeah. I may just not be I like cranberry juice, but I may not be a cranberry guy.
And even cranberry juice, you can have too much of it.
You're not wrong. Any other honorable mentions?
Like I said, basics. Like I like little cuts up pieces of carrots.
See, I'm not a carrot guy.
Cooked carrots, not like hard and crunchy, like a little mushier.
They got it. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, I feel like Thanksgiving is kind of grown.
Asparagus?
I do like asparagus. That's a good call.
I don't know if you had that a lot at a Thanksgiving, but
you're just spitballing here. I like it. But pumpkin pie, yay or nay?
Love it.
Turkey or ham?
Turkey.
I'm a ham guy.
I have ham
turkey
too much
is
throughout the year.
way too many variables. You get dry turkey.
Ham's the same way.
Feed it to the dog. I'd rather eat dry ham than dry turkey all day, every day.
See, that's what the gravy's for, my friend.
You're a big gravy guy. I'm not the biggest.
Love gravy. I could drink gravy.
We may have to do a video on that. Zach,
no, that would be disgusting and also very unhealthy. A lot of salt.
Well,
sodium or whatever.
That's all of Thanksgiving is a buttload of salt. So I know this was a quick one, but this was a great episode. We appreciate you guys joining us for episode 209. Make sure you check us out on Twitter at typical_Chicago, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We are there. Give us a follow, give us a like wherever, whatever social medias you use. YouTube, subscribe there for all of our content in video form. Subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get podcasts. You can find me on Twitter at BoomyTCF. And, of course, Zach at ZLiliaTCF. Make sure you follow the rest of the crew. Maddie at schools_01. Pigoy, I think, is at TCF Pigoy or Pigoy TCF. Type both of them in. You'll find them either way. But the picks will be out Sunday morning. Have an episode out next week at some point. But make sure you head over to YouTube. Please go check out our latest food review. We ate 14 giant, enormous cookies. The least you could do is go watch the video. It's 20 minutes.
You know what? I would have done that to an audience of 0.
You're 100% right, brother. That's a great way to put it. Those were delicious. So make sure you guys check us out on YouTube. But we hope that you have a great week. It's Thanksgiving week. Make sure you enjoy it. Get you some Thanksgiving.
Only about a month till Christmas.
About a month. Got to start doing some Christmas shopping.
Also, Black Friday, just online shop.
Bingo. I've already bought something for Black Friday online.
Yeah.
That's why I have a new bedroom TV that is way too big.
What an overblown holiday kind of thing.
Yeah, I am done standing in line after
a whole month.
Amen to that. No more Black Friday. Thank you guys for joining us. That was episode 209 of Typical Chicago Fans. We love you all.
Peace.